Good morning. It is day 3. Trying to get my. Okay. My camera was not doing what I wanted to do this morning. Okay. Welcome. It's day 3. Okay. Whew. Okay. So yesterday, let's kind of recap. Day 1 was about intention. We set our intention for what we were going to get out of this 30 days, what we wanted to surrender. Ooh, I got somebody live! Yay, I'm not the only. Hi, Holly. Yay, this will be fun. Okay. So we're going to recap. Day 1 was intention. Really, what is this that you want to gain from this experience? And then yesterday, day 2, we talked about breathing. And here's the thing. Okay, I am doing this totally through my source, through divine guidance. So I was talking to a friend yesterday, and she's like, I love it, Holly. She's in bed nursing. Yay! Sweet little king baby. So I have an idea of what we're going to be experiencing through these 30 days, but I don't have it set in stone because I didn't want to. What I really wanted to focus on, and so number 1, to really encourage myself to tap into my source, to be able to deliver something that is powerful, that is truly a divine guidance. And number 2 is I really wanted it to steer towards what do people need? What do people need that are in this event, in this group? So I did a poll yesterday, and still need some answers. So if you're in our group, I'd love for you to please respond, because it just really helps where this series is going to go. But based on those results, and then in talking to a friend, I'm like, we definitely need to dumb it down. And I don't want to use that word. That's actually not the word I want to use. Dang live makes sure you have to watch what you say. Dang it. No, but I wanted to just simplify it. That's it. Simplify it, and bring it down a level, and then we'll grow into it. So we're gonna do the breathing again today. That's what our focus is gonna be today. Same experience that we had yesterday, but I'm going to talk a little bit more right now about what is meditation. So I'm going to get out my little trusty journal. So, like I said, I want to go back, take one step back that I should have done yesterday, and take one step back to the basics of what meditation is. So I was reading yesterday, and it was really cool. It's kind of exactly what I was saying yesterday, where meditation is meditation is a kiss. Keep it super simple. Exactly. So meditation is a state of awareness. It's not actual being somewhere, doing something. So remember yesterday I was talking about we're all on our own little journey, our own little path of what this physically looks like. So we're all on our own path. We're all on our journey. Sorry, I'm a little later today, so I got some noise upstairs. But it's not an act of doing. So as we're meditating, as we're practicing these practices, is actually just techniques to get us to that state of awareness. So the breathing is a technique. The mantras that people do, that's a technique. The meditation is actually the state of being, the deep state of awareness, and that's what we're trying to get to. So when I was talking yesterday that breathing was the fundamental basics of our life, breathing is the fundamental technique of reaching that state of awareness, which is meditation. Does that make sense? I would love to get comments as you're watching this. Yes, it makes sense, or no, that doesn't make sense. So drop a comment in there. Let's make this interactive, because I want to, as Holly says, keep this super simple, and I really want to make it will ease into the complexity of it, and it's not even complex. So I don't even necessarily want to use that word, but we'll ease into the understanding of it. So, biggest thing I wanted to speak about today is that this meditation isn't an act. It's a state of awareness. It's a state of being. So when I spoke yesterday about our goal is to get to, in your normal everyday life, when you're in those frustration moments, when you're in those pull your hair out moments, that you can go into that state of awareness, that meditation. Does that make sense? Give me a likes and thumbs up if it makes sense, okay? This was something I found that was really, really interesting, or that I really loved, is authentic meditation allows one to focus on the present moment and not dwell on the unchangeable past or the future. So we're really taking this, there's nothing going on around us. We're going to get to this present moment, because that is all that exists, right? Because the past already happened. Can't change that. Future has not happened. Can't change that. Sure, we change the direction of our life through this present moment, but we can't change the future or the past. So this the meditation, authentic meditation, and that's a word that I love, and you'll hear me say it a lot, is authentic meditation, because it's authentic to you. It's exactly what you need in that moment. So it's getting us in that present moment, super focused, laser focused on that present moment. Because it is in the now. I wrote this, and I always can't read my scribbles. It is in the now that life exists, that life happens. So it's in the now. Okay. Let's see. I think I covered all my notes. So I hope this gives you a little bit more background on what is meditation. And I think, based on some discussion yesterday and discussion in the past with people over just the last couple of weeks when I decided to do this, is that we're going to keep it super simple, because people just don't know what meditation is, and they don't know, and as you can see from today, it's not a what, it's not a how. So what we're going to be experiencing over the next 30 days is different techniques of how to get to that state of awareness, and some may work for you, some may not, and I might have a couple people do some guest days, because everybody always has a different spin on it, and so I would love to get other people's take on what it is for them as well. Okay. Yeah. All right. I just check in, making sure that we're good. And when I say checking in, that's checking into my source, and I think we'll talk about this a little bit tomorrow. But I'm going to touch on it right now, because we have people from all different walks, I know, in our group, and in our life, right? I was raised in a religion. I was raised in a pretty strong religion, and it took me some time to really find my true spirituality, my connection with my God. I was talking to a friend who is still very Christian, very religious, and saying something about the New Age. And my goal, really, through all of this, obviously, is to teach the principles and teach the techniques and the basics, and get people doing this. Just, that's it. I don't care how it looks. It's just, let's get doing it. But really just show that we're all the same, right? Religious or not, we're all the same. And my spiritual journey has been a quick one, but a long one at the same time. And it's not always been easy. And so through Mindful Nation, we'll be touching on a lot of that kind of stuff, different techniques in finding your own spirituality as well. So I just, I wanted to mention that when I say my God, my source, my divine guidance, all of that, it's really, it really is interchangeable, because That's kind of how this world is. It allows us to all be authentic and unique, and that is one area where I think sometimes we as a society struggle of accepting other people's uniqueness. So we'll touch more on that a little bit tomorrow, I think. So again, drop a comment, make sure that this makes sense, because I can keep talking about it, but I just don't want to make each day too long. So I'm going to take a minute and we're going to stop. So, all right, well, we're going to do our breathing. So again, this is a technique to get to that state of awareness. We're getting to that state of that present moment, because that's where miracles happen. That's where the alignment to your source, to your God, happens, and you can receive some awesome guidance, and or you just get that just state of peace. That if we could live in that state of peace, could you imagine if we could just live in that present moment throughout our whole lives? I mean, yes, and that's what we're getting at. And as a group, I love that. So we're going to do the same breathing exercise that we did yesterday, keeping it super simple. That as you're breathing, talk to yourself, breathe in and breathe out, and say it in your head. I'm going to breathe in and I'm going to breathe out. And I didn't check the time before I did this, so I'm going to play the music, and I'm not going to say anything just in case you guys are in your happy space. So drop a comment, let me know if you have questions, if you want to address something tomorrow or open up the dialogue in the group or the event. I'd love that. So here we go. I'm going to turn up some music. I'm going to breathe in. Oh, sorry, I'm not. Okay, I gotta make one thing because it just came to me as I was doing that. A really good thing that I learned one time when I was first starting to meditate was this concept of the cars driving across the street. So you're standing at the side of the street and all these cars are driving, right? You've just seen them drive by. And as you're watching them drive by, your goal through meditation is you're not going to stop them from driving by, right? You're not going to stop everything that's going on. Trust me, you're not. I mean, eventually you get to that point, yes. So the whole goal, especially in the beginning, is as those cars are driving by, we're going to just watch the red one drive by, acknowledge it. So the cars are your thoughts, right? So you're going to watch the red one go by, acknowledge it, and let it keep going on its way. It doesn't stop, doesn't need to stop. You're just going to let it go. And then the blue car, the blue thought comes along, and you're going to watch that car go, and it's going to pass by. And the green one, and then so on and so forth. You're just letting these cars drive past. You're aware of them. You're aware of the thoughts that come in. It's not like they don't come in anymore, but our whole goal is just to watch them drive by so that we can as we continue on our practice, that those cars eventually kind of, in a sense, slow down and few and far between come. And so we're able to just stay 100% at that present moment, just watching that what's on the other side of the road, I guess I'm going to say. So just let those cars drive by, and it's okay that they're there. Don't judge them. Don't focus on them. Just let them go by. Okay? All right. Now we're there. Promise.